Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues. We're back for another matchup here tonight. Right now, we're heading to the Novice League, where we have the #2 Spitfires going up against the #3 Vandals. Your boy Psychonautic in the booth, ready to bring you some of that sweet play-by-play action, joined by the one and only legendary management GM of Fruit Ninja Squirrel. How you doing?
I am super excited to be here. I'm still reeling from that last match, and I'm ready to get into this one.
Hey, I am ready to get into this one as well, as is everybody else. And since we are running a little bit behind on schedule, we are going to do just that. We're going to have the players get right into the pitch. And let me ask you straight out the gate, Squirrel, who do you think's got this one? Spitfires or Vandals? Who's securing their spot in the grand finals against Frost?
Well, if you watched the week one recap, I said that Spitfires were my team. I think Spitfires have it, but Jolly Rogers is probably my favorite player in the Novice League, so I'm hoping he does well.
And Jolly Rogers, I would like to point out, is or not an MVP, excuse me, but an All-Star player.
Mhm.
Played on the All-Star team and was the winning and actually popped off and was a major factor in the win for that team. So I expect to see a lot from him here tonight, but I also expect a lot excuse me, tongue tied. Also expect to see a lot from both North and Rilo. Both of these guys are really, really heavy hitters here in the oh my goodness, Jorbis starting things off for the Spitfires, getting the dunk.
Yeah, and a great touch there by Relo off the backboard, and Jorvich big body dunks, and he's been hitting the weight room. If you ever look at his post in the novice gen, you can tell the man is getting big, and it is showing in Rocket League.
Direct translation, muscle equals Rocket League skill. Your hands are just stronger. They can do the mechanics better. I believe it. North going to bang that one down. Jolly Rogers pops it up. Rilo is there in the midfield, gets the touchdown to North. North going to follow out of the corner. Ginja not interested in letting that one through. Gets it past one in the midfield, sends it down, going for the double. Can't get the double off the backboard. His shot going to bounce off post. The ball is hit by North and cleared past the midway. Jorbich sends it back. Rilo trying to get there. Malo putting one on. North not able to reach the ball, and Malo gonna sink it, tie things up.
Yeah, Jorbich looking like he wanted to get that one back to Rilo, but just couldn't. North not quite big enough to get the touch, and honestly, they should have been scored on earlier when Ginja missed the open net, but Malo made up for it.
He certainly did. Tying things up here. Spitfires now no longer leading. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. North looking to follow that one. Looks like he's gonna just fake for Rilo. What a play from the Spitfires.
Yeah, North with like a pretty convincing air dribble, but just leaves it for his teammate who shoots it low, and Jolly Rogers not quite able to react to that one in time, and the Spitfires are up 2-1.
Amazing play for a novice league team right there. You love to see it. Jorbich off the backboard. North not able to beat Vandals to the ball. They get the clear on it, but it is pinched back towards the Vandals net. North fake challenge there. Jolly Rogers gets the touch. Jorbich and North both in the corner. Malo putting one on. It gets popped up by North. Freckly Ginja putting it off the backboard. Jorbich with the clear, and we are getting close to the halfway point here. Jolly Rogers needing to make a touch there, not able to, and Rilo gonna slot that one in.
Yeah, Jorbich with a good bump on Mallow to just kind of clear up some space, and Jolly trying to make an awkward save, can't quite get it. A well-placed shot by Rilo puts him up by 2.
Yeah, Spitfire's up by 2. Looking to start to run away with this one here. Jolly Rogers trying to get it through, but Rilo able to get back and make this stop. Ginja with the 50. Ginja gets it past Jorbich, is going to get the clear. Jorbich dunks Jolly Rogers. Rilo off the backboard. North not there to find it. Ginja gonna make the clear. Rilo takes it away in the midfield. Rilo gonna stick with the ball, getting it out of the corner. Malo off the backboard. North is there for that one, taking the shot and finding the back of the net.
Yeah, North is definitely my player to look out for the Spitfires. As you see, just a strong shot to the left side of the net, 68 miles per hour. Definitely one of the better players on Spitfires and the rock of this team.
Certainly, I'd even say he's one of the better players here in Novice. I know that he was I love the guy, but he is the most annoying person to play against. He just dominates the midfield. He always gets a good touch, and he's always there like that right there to put it in the back of the net and take advantage of a situation.
Yeah, North, a super smart guy, able to hit that one low, get the bounce shot on net, and he just seems like he knows where he needs to be, and he puts himself in these positions to make great plays.
He certainly does, and it's paying off for the Spitfires right now as they are dominating the Vandals 5-1 with a minute 40 left on the clock. Vandals need to pick up the pieces moving forward. Try and get a couple more goals here in game number one, maybe to give them some momentum moving into game number two as Ginja gets the touch there out to the mid. Malo gets the touch as well off the backboard. Rilo misses. Ginja pops it up, but he's too awkward. He can't stick with it. He's bumping North off, North off. That's say that 10 times fast. Squirrel North with the shot. North with the dunk. Oh my goodness!
North is having an MVP performance, and it's only game one as he gets the touch and the follow as that
Wow.
ball is smacked right back into him and right back into the net.
Now that was a beautiful, beautiful display from North right there. Not often you get to see stuff like that down here in the Novice League. North showing us that he wants this grand finals chance. His last season, his playoff run was shut down in round one. Spitfires finding a seventh goal there. Jorbich putting it in and getting the Brazil.
Yeah, Jorbage just reminding everyone, like, hey guys, I'm here too, and I can score as he puts in his second one. Spitfires, 7 goals, 7 assists on 9 shots.
Wow, that is quite impressive. And Jorbage has a lot to prove, not only to himself, but to the novice community right here, right now. And he's doing just that because last season, nobody will let in novice. Oh my goodness, never mind. Jolly Rogers is going to cut me off, get the second goal for the Vandals there, maybe gather a little momentum for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, if they can make a comeback in this one, that'd be nice, but I think that goal by Jolly is just pure momentum and mindset for the next game, as this one is probably already chalked. You just kind of try to forget about this one, move on, uh, and play for game two.
Yeah, with only 30 seconds left, the 5-point deficit is pretty steep, especially down in the novice league. Not saying it's not possible, but improbable with the way the Spitfires have been playing in this game. North trying to get the clear. Ginja keeps it in. Rilo slowing things down. The Spitfires only need to run the clock down and waste time, as this is pretty much a win in their bag. The final seconds here. Ginja's up, trying to get a final one for the road, but is not going to go. Spitfire is going to be your winners of game number one.
Spitfires just dominated in all aspects of that one, as, you know, like I said, 7 shots, or 9 shots, 7 goals, 7 assists, everyone getting involved, looking good, and they were only forced to make 2 saves. So the Vandals not quite getting on offense like they wanted to, except for the end there. Hopefully they can carry that momentum into this next one, and we are in for a much closer affair.
Certainly, I'm expecting to see. I'm expecting to see a little bit more from Vandals. To be honest with you, I play a little bit with Jolly Rogers and Malo from time to time, and Jolly Rogers is typically a really aggressive forward man. Goes for a lot of bumps, goes for a lot of demos. We didn't see a lot out of him in this first game, so I'm interested to see if they change things up in game number 2 if they let him get a little bit more aggressive, see if they can throw Spitfire's defensive rotation off.
Yeah, earlier you mentioned Jolly Rogers being in the All-Star game. He played in the Merc and he popped off, and now he's in the Dominus. So I don't know what made him change cars. Maybe he just wasn't feeling it. But I would love to see the Jolly Rogers Merc come out. The man's 50s were insane, and he definitely used that to his advantage in the All-Star game to just lock the other team in their half.
I agree, and I noticed that as well. But sometimes people just change up their cars and all that stuff. And we have a novice moment as somebody joins up on the pitch when a tactical timeout was called. I didn't see which side called it though. Squirrel, did you see
Uh,
who?
I
Oh, it looks like Malo called it, but in the beginning of I guess he didn't call it in the in between lobby. He called it right in the beginning here.
Okay. I guess that makes sense. But honestly, after taking a beating like that, I'm completely fine with the decision to make a timeout here. Just kind of give yourself a little bit more time to reset, regroup, find your mental, and really just kind of slow the momentum that Spitfires built that first game.
Yeah, most definitely Spitfires, and I think that's kind of what Malo and his Vandals are thinking is, hey, they just gained a lot of momentum. They just got super heated up. Let's give them 60 seconds to sort of calm down, gather their thoughts too. But I don't know. We see a lot of people not utilize the tactical timeout. It's interesting to see one used super early in the series. We'll see how this works out for the Vandals here.
Yeah, and if tactical timeouts aren't your thing, viewers at home, one thing I'd recommend is plank or do some push-ups for the minute. Get some exercise in. Uh, break a little sweat while the tactical timeout's going on, so that these teams can regroup and you can come in just as fresh as these guys.
Most definitely. Once an athlete, always an athlete. Good um, advice there, Squirrel. Get some health benefits in the short 60 seconds in between matches here. But we are back into game number 2 here. Rilo coming out of the corner, trying to get the ball in front of the net. Does, but Malo there to take it away. Jorbage in the midfield, trying to slow things down, but Ginja takes it away. Rilo blocking his clear and keeping the ball in the Vandals zone. North got the shot, but it's a little high, goes off the crossbar. Jorbage keeping the pressure alive for Spitfires. Rilo getting the flick, not finding the angle, unfortunately. It's not going to go, and the ball gets cleared. Rilo keeping the pressure up in the midfield, gets sent back down. Malo's trying to find it, can't get to it. Jorbage sends it away. North also sends it out. Ginja sends it back. Rilo's sticking with the ball. Rilo trying to get it through. Jolly Rogers makes a stop. North puts a big one out to the mid. Jorbage is up. Can't find a touch towards the net. Ginja trying to clear it out. Rilo putting one on. Malo with the banging clear. Sends it all the way back. And over a minute gone now so far, Squirrel. Nobody scoring yet. So whatever Vandals did, it's definitely helping.
Yeah, you can tell the timeout kind of just slowed everything down, and I think that's really favoring the Vandals right now. And you can tell that their game plan has changed a little bit. They started demoing, as I think they've already gotten 2 demos on the Spitfires, and that's helped relieve a lot of pressure as well.
And Rilo almost finding the second touch. Not able to. The ball's not going to go. Still sitting at 0-0. Jolly Rogers with the clear. Jolly Rogers to follow. Rilo off the backboard. Bangs it out. Ginja keeping it alive. But Rilo trying to get the ball cleared out of Spitfire zone. Rilo with the patience. 50s. Sends it out to the mid. North gets the dunk on Ginja. The ball's in the corner. Looks like it's over North. He still gets a touch, though. Jorbage can't get it through Ginja. Malo finally able to get the clear as we get to the midway point here in game number 2. Rilo finding the touch off the backboard, getting the first goal for the Spitfires.
Yeah, Jolly Rogers just got caught in an awkward spot there. The ball ended up on top of his car when that 50 happened, and it just sent it straight to the backboard. And Rilo is too good to leave the backboard undefended as he puts that one in and gives Spitfires the first goal of this game.
That's true. Oh my goodness, Jolly Rogers with the immediate answer off of the kickoff. Great shot.
Yeah, good control there to adjust his car there at the last second to put that one on target. As Jolly Rogers, he made the mistake last time. He made up for it here.
He certainly did. And this game has heated up. Back-to-back goals. Took half of the game just to get one, but then another came out, and another as Jorbich gonna get the bounce shot over the defender.
We've seen a lot of these bounce shots come out from Spitfires as they're so hard to read at this level. It's hard to judge how hard that ball's hitting the ground and how high it's going to go. And it just catches the Vandals off guard as Jorbich puts Spitfires up by one.
Yeah, I agree. That is a really hard shot at this level, especially being that close to the goal. It's hard to react to almost any shot in a close proximity like that. Frankly, Ginja finding the angle, but North makes the stop. And oh my goodness, North gonna get it past two defenders. The long ball from midfield.
I mean, I guess Jolly Rogers thought he had it, and that just completely fakes out Ginja, who just trusted his teammate. And honestly, I can't blame him, Psycho. You're supposed to trust your teammates.
100%. Can't blame him. Malo almost getting the goal off of the kickoff. And that seems to be a bit of a specialty of the Vandals, the cheat and immediate goal. But that second one not going to go. Minute 30 left on the clock here. Vandals still down by 2. Need to find the back of the net soon, or risk going down 2 in the series. Jorbich gets it across the net, but nobody else from Spitfires up to take a shot. Rilo back, puts it into his own corner. Rilo to follow. Malo 50s the pinch over. Freckly Ginja missing his touch. Jorbich able to get the clear, but Jolly Rogers is going to send it right back out. Jorbich turning, going to get demoed by Ginja. North sticking with the ball, trying to get it through. Malo going to 50 with him, but North stays with the ball. Can't get it in front of the net as Ginja gets it away from him. 45 seconds left on the clock here. Vandals still down by 2. And based on what you're seeing here, Squirrel, what do you think that the Vandals need to do? Oh my goodness, the bump play comes out. Jolly Rogers finally waking up.
The answer to your question there, just go in, bump them, cause some havoc, and get them out of rotation as that bump just takes North out of the play, it leaves the net open, and puts them down by 1.
And that's what I've been waiting to see. I knew it was going to come out. Jolly Rogers super aggressive in his rotation out, and it finally pays off for him. However, Vandals still need one. 20 seconds left on the clock. They need one to tie it up. And Jolly Rogers putting one down, but North gets in front of it, gets his savior medal. Still dangerous. North clears that one all the way out. 5 seconds left. Jolly Rogers with control here, gets it through. The ball's still up. They need to send it down. It's going to touch Spitfires. Going to take game number 2 here.
And, that ball could have been kept up, but it was just such an awkward spot close to the wall. Hard to get a lot of pop on it. And, Vandals did a good job answering back. Spitfires still look really good right now. And I think the key to victory for the Vandals right now is to keep it slow, because that's when they perform their best. So don't give the Spitfires the chance to beat them in the air. Just keep it slow, keep the ball low, and try to win it on your terms.
Yeah, and Vandals doing a good job keeping the score much closer that time, keeping Spitfires from snowballing on them and just getting completely out of control. But they still got to have to find a way to shut North down, because North is just a menace to them, doing everything that he needs to do right, shutting them down in the midfield, shutting them down defensively, he had 3 saves and was even on 2 of the 3 goals that Spitfires had.
Yeah, North is having a great series so far. He's gonna try his best to keep it up, and I think Vandals there when they scored their last goal, they bumped North, and I think that's the man that you have to target if you want to win the series.
It's true. It's true. I fully agree. They did bump him. That's what caused the goal to happen for him. And I think that you're 100% right. Hit the nail on the head there. They have to shut North down defensively. They have to shut him down in the midfield because he's a big presence there too. He's big on not letting teams get clears, which is very very good for anybody, honestly, to keep offensive pressure alive for your team. And we'll see if Vandals can turn things around here in game number 3, get a win underneath their belt, or if Spitfires are going to be able to go up 3-0 in the series. Ginja back, able to make the touch, make the save as Jorbage sends a long ball down. Rilo not able to get to that one. Jorbage puts it off the backboard. Malo sends it away. Rilo puts it up. Jolly Rogers into the corner. We're seeing a lot of pressure here so far from the Spitfires, Squirrel, but Vandals doing a pretty good job rotationally on the defensive side of things.
Yeah, you can tell right now their rotations look calm, and when things are calm for the Vandals, they are playing so much better as a great save comes out right there. And, they've really just got to get the ball out of their half, transition it, and just take some boost from this just super aggressive Spitfire team.
Yeah, most definitely. That is a big problem for them. Even though they are staying strong, it's just a matter of time before Norv comes in. Ali Boy May. I don't know what that means, but hashtag it.
Yeah, I don't even really know how that one transpired there as North been calling his name all night, puts that one in to send them up by 1, and if Vandals don't respond soon, they could be facing game point.
And that was an interesting kickoff there, Squirrel. I don't know if you've seen that, the 4-man Russell tussle there in the midfield. So, I don't know if we call that a novice mode or not, but I've never seen that happen.
It's maybe not an novice moment. Maybe it's just the new strats.
The new strats, gotcha. The new Diamond 3 Champ 1 strats, putting 4 on the kickoff. Jorbage to send that one down. Malo bangs it out of his corner. North is up. He gets it past 1, trying to follow up. Doesn't have enough boost to get back to it. Jorbage can't clean it up. His shot bouncing off of the crossbar. Rilo with the 50 to keep the pressure alive for Spitfires. Freckly Ginja puts it off his backboard. Jorbage shot again, goes high. Not able to find the back of the net. Rilo gets the 50, sends it out to the mid. Jolly Rogers makes the touch to take it away. The ball gets swept all the way into the net, or not, excuse me, not the net, the corner. North almost putting it in the net, out of the corner. Jolly Rogers puts that one to the mid. Rilo's there. He puts it down beneath the defender. Rilo's all alone. He's up with it, but he can't get up in time. It goes over him, and Malo clears that ball out. 2 minutes left on the clock here, and Vandals still scoreless at this point, Squirrel.
Scoreless and haven't even registered a shot on net, Psycho, as Spitfires have just pretty much locked them into their own half this whole game. North putting out a great showing. Rilo and Jorbage just broke 100 points with that right there, as he puts one on net. And it seems like if the Spitfires shooting was just a little bit better, this one wouldn't even be close.
Of game number 1, because Jorbage has taken, I think, at least 3 shots, all of which have just narrowly missed. He just needs to dial in the accuracy a little bit more, and he'll be extremely deadly moving forward. North getting a bounce out of the corner, but nobody from Spitfires there to take the shot. Rilo taking control of it in his own zone. Rilo gets it through 1, 50s it over. Ginja off the backboard. This could be dangerous, but Jolly Rogers sends it out. Jorbage again off the backboard. North is there to take the shot, but it goes wide. And Malo having an open net to shoot at. The overcommit from Spitfires results in a goal for the Vandals.
And the shooting accuracy from Spitfires comes back to bite them as they missed a shot that should have been in. And then, they overcommit trying to make up for it, and it leads to a great counterattack as Vandals tie this one up.
You'll love to see it. The final minute here, Vandals still have a little life left in them. Genja getting an amazing pass from Jolly Rogers, showing things off and taking the lead.
Yeah, it was a great pass, a good pinch, and Genja with a great read. I think that might be their first lead in this whole series.
Yes, I think you are 100% correct about that. And so they got to be feeling good. The final 45 seconds, they now have the lead. They are controlling the pace and keeping Spitfires in their own half mostly, but they just broke out. North almost getting another goal there. And oh no, Rilo's shot is going to bounce off of Malo's car and into the Vandals net.
I mean, it was a good shot, a nice high shot just below the crossbar, forces the defender up, and the defender just unfortunately not able to make the save as Rilo ties this one up. And it seems, Psycho, if Vandals aren't getting the pressure off kickoff, then they're not getting anything as another one right off kickoff.
Yeah, straight
For the
off a
Vandals.
kickoff. Yes, that's where they shine, it seems. And it's been most of their goals throughout the entire series have come directly off of kickoffs. They are deadly off of the kickoffs, and they take the lead with that one. 24 seconds left on the clock for Spitfires to find another goal and tie things up, or Vandals will get their first win of this best-of-7 series and move into game 4 with at least a little more momentum than they have been. Jorbage not able to get a shot on net. North finding a good angle there, but Genja stayed strong and in front of the ball. The last second, as the ball drops, Vandals take the win in game number 3.
Now, honestly, it kind of feels like they stole that one from Spitfires. Just capitalizing on the few mistakes that they made, getting some really good kickoffs and making plays off those. But I would say like 4 out of the 5 minutes, Spitfires just kind of locked them in their half and didn't let the Vandals do anything. But Vandals squeaked that one out to guarantee that they're not going to get swept in the series.
Yeah, that was a pretty impressive comeback from the Vandals because you're right. The Spitfires led the charge through pretty much that entire game. It was in like the final minute and a half that Vandals were able to make a comeback, and they just did it. They clutched up right there at the end. Got done what they needed to get done. Got their first win in the series. That was exactly what they needed. If Spitfires had won that, I think it would have been all but over for the Vandals.
Uh, yeah, I have to agree with you on that one. As it was a lot of shooting accuracy that just kind of led to the Spitfires' downfall, and I'm interested to see what the Vandals do with this momentum here. As they did squeak one out, or they started out getting blown out, then they took it really close, and then they squeaked one out. So maybe this game they're the one that blows the other team out of the water.
Maybe. We will have to see as we move into game 4 here. Spitfire's up in the series 2-1, and it looks like Spitfire's gonna sub out Jorbage for Jesus Man here. They're 4th on the roster. We'll see if that is helpful for them or if Vandals can take advantage of the roster change, secure another W here. Jolly Rogers gets the demo on North. Jesus Man, almost own goal in there, but it bounces out. Rilo gets it past Jolly Rogers, but it's straight to Malo, puts it off the backboard, but nobody from Vandals able to do anything with it. Genja there to take the shot, but North with the save. Jolly Rogers puts it back in front of the net, but Jesus Man keeps it out. Jolly Rogers trying to keep it going. Freckly Genja was up, but he misses the touch as it gets cleared away. Jolly Rogers putting it back into the corner of the Spitfires. Rilo trying to get it cleared out, but Malo unrelenting as the Vandals commanded a lot of pressure right there. Rilo not able to score on the net, unfortunately dropping that open opportunity for the Spitfires. And Jolly Rogers on a tear, putting one back, and Spitfires can't stop it. Vandals starting us off in game 4.
Yeah, a great little shot by Jolly Rogers as he gets underneath that one. North and Jesus Man not able to touch that one. And Psycho, why would you sub out Jorbage? He's been playing fine.
That's a good question. I know. Oh my goodness, Vandals gonna go up by 2 off of the kickoff. Classic Vandals.
Yeah, more kickoff domination here as this ball off the crossbar, and I think it bounces off of Jesus Man to go in. That might have barred out, but you honestly can't blame him for that one. He had to try and make a save.
That's true. That's definitely true. Sometimes it works out that way, but he's gonna make up for it as he gets a goal of his own off of the kickoff.
Yeah, Riley with the speed on that one, sending it off the sidewall. Jesus Man, right place at the right time to put that one in, and he brings this one back a little bit.
A little bit. And to answer your previous question, I can't answer it. I don't know what's got to be going on. Jorbage was playing quite well, but maybe I know Jorbage works overnights, at his job. Maybe that was all he could play, and he had to leave for work, so they put Jesus Man in.
If that's the case, that is super unfortunate, as you never really want to play a playoff game without your starter. But hopefully the 2-game buffer is enough for them to get this win, as Jesus Man gets 50'd and right into
Oh
the net,
my.
as that might be one of the most unfortunate 50s I've ever seen.
Yeah, and a good one from Freckly Ginja right there, taking full advantage of the situation, getting a heater pinch off of the sidewall, putting it in. Vandals now up by 2 with 3 minutes and 3 seconds left on the clock. Vandals looking to take another W, and oh yes, Malo coming off of the backboard with some self-service.
Yeah, a good pass to himself. Jolly, a great job clearing the net. Mallow puts in the open net, and that's easy for him as they are rolling now.
And not only are they rolling, but this is the biggest lead we've seen from the Vandals here. They are looking like the Spitfires looked in game number 1. As Malo's putting this one off of the backboard, gonna leave it for his teammate, gets hit into his car. Unfortunate play from the Vandals. North gonna miss his touch there. Malo putting one on. It's wide. Jesus Man gets it past the offender. Jesus Man in the mid, trying to get a shot on net, but it won't go. Jolly Rogers coming off of his backboard, but can't follow the ball. Malo with a demo on his defensive rotation. Jesus Man coming out of the corner. Rilo's gonna find the angle and get it behind the defender.
Yeah, Jesus Man just popping this one off the back wall. And honestly, I didn't think anyone was going to be there for that angle, but Rilo proves me wrong as he slots that one in and brings it back to within 2.
Rilo's deadly whenever he goes up for those balls off of the backboard. He can find many different angles, and he's quite accurate in my experience anyways. Freckly Ginja putting it into the corner. Rilo trying to get it through, but he gets dunked by Jolly Rogers. Jolly Rogers is going to find himself yet another goal.
Yeah, Rilo, nowhere to go but infield. Jolly reads that one very well, puts it in the net. Rilo had to block off the line to the goal there, but he didn't. And the Vandals trying to do to Spitfires what they did in game 1.
Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to quite Brazil him, but Freckly Ginja not going to let that stop him. Gets, I believe, his hat trick. Yes, his hat trick here tonight.
3 goals for Ginja, 2 for Jolly, 1 for Mallow. Everyone getting involved as Spitfires have just been completely stunned.
Yeah, that the roster change was definitely not the move for him right here. Vandals getting a lot of momentum in game number 3 and continuing it here in game number 4. And they're going to equalize, it looks like at least they're going to equalize the series record moving into game number 5, assuming the Spitfires can't find 4 more goals in the last 1 minute 30 seconds. North with a good save right there as a pinch ball came flying towards him. And Malo with a good save. Jesus Man trying to get the solo play. Rilo and Jesus Man going to double right there, but Freckly Ginja misses his touch. Jolly Rogers needs to make the stop. North puts it up and over. Rilo can't find that angle. Freckly Ginja can't get it out of the corner. Jesus Man dunks him. Rilo with the touch. North missing his. Jolly Rogers missing his. Rilo is able to easily clear it out. Freckly Ginja a little slow to get to the ball. In the final 40 seconds of the game here, Squirrel. And Vandals really just need to run the clock down. Oh no, that was a close one. Rilo almost own goaling.
Yeah, and if you're Vandals, you're loving every minute of this, as your goal here is to just continue building your momentum into the next game. Spitfires, your plan is to just go full offense, try to get a goal, try to get some of that momentum back in your favor for this next one, as this one's pretty much over for them.
Yeah, it's definitely that, and you gotta wonder what's going through the Spitfires' mind at this point. Are we going to see the return of Jorbage, or is Jorbage out for the night? Is he not able to continue playing? Vandals, winners of game number 4 here, tying up the series at 2, moving into game number 5.
Yeah, and well, I said it before the game. I was like, first game, Spitfires blow them out. Second game, it was close. Spitfires win. Third game, Vandals squeak one out. Fourth game, Vandals blow that one wide open. And if that's the trend, I'm worried for the Spitfires here, as they're rolling, and without their starting roster, it could just snowball.
It could just snowball, and it doesn't look like Jolly Rogers is letting up. He gets more and more aggressive every game with his bumps and his demos. Spitfires haven't seemed to adapted to that quite yet. Maybe during this tactical timeout that they call for, they'll be able to regather themselves and focus their chi, if you will, and pull this thing together. Because Jolly Rogers is just menacing these guys right now.
Yeah, he is. He's having a great game, and so is Ginja and Mallow. They solidified. They figured out what was wrong, and they have, like I said earlier, they're rolling now.
Yes, they certainly are. And if Spitfires aren't careful, Vandals pull out a a win here in game number 5. It's gonna possibly spell doom for the Spitfires. And remember, this is the semifinals of the playoffs. This is a do or die situation. You either win here, or your season ends, your playoff runs ends. Neither of these teams want to go home. Both of these teams want to move into grand finals to face off against Frost. But which one will be able to do it? We're taking just a short tactical timeout that the Spitfires called here. So let me ask you, Squirrel, what changes would you make if you were on Spitfires?
I mean, you know, I don't know how much they've played with Jesus Man, but you can't really go back in time. But if you could, you'd have to go back in time, get some more reps with him, so that he can feel comfortable in the rotation. Uh, But honestly, fix your comms and play around him. Let him do his thing. Let him be comfortable, and then North and Rilo can just adjust to him. And I think that's the best way that they're going to get a 3-man rotation going.
And we'll see what the Spitfires are able to come up with. Jolly Rogers getting a shot on net, but Jesus, man, making an easy save as he gets a second touch to send the ball down North off the backboard. Jesus, man, is there, but he can't get it through the defense. Freckly Ginja with a good save. And Rilo bouncing it off of the backboard, trying to keep it away from Vandals, but Malo going to take control in the midfield. Can't get it in front of the Spitfires net. Rilo looking for a pass. Rilo was there for it, but Jolly Rogers with the bump on him. Rilo sticking with the ball, gets it in front of the net, and Jesus man there to put it in.
Yeah, Rilo just just a great touch. I almost said unfortunate. It was unfortunate for the Vandals. Great touch, and Jesus man reading it well. It's looking like in this first minute that Jesus man has found his spot in this rotation.
And he may have. I know you said you weren't sure how much they have played with him, but I can attest that they played with him a decent amount. Not quite as much as they played with Jorbage, but he definitely, Jesus man wasn't someone who just sat on the bench for a lot. And me and the Ninjas, we actually, Malo getting the steal from them and getting the goal off of it.
Yeah, good dribble to get it past one, but Mallow playing off that touch gets the dribble, the net wide open, and we've seen Mallow hit those nets time and time again.
But yeah, to go back to what I was saying, the Ninjas scrimmed with Spitfires quite a bit. Was one of the teams that we all enjoyed scrimming together, and we were pretty close in skill. So we typically had Game 7 scrims and such. So, but Jesus Man was there for quite a bit of that. So he's definitely, they know each other as far as game style goes. It might have just been that one game. Um, maybe they haven't played together in a week or so. So they needed that one game to sort of get back into the groove of things. And Rilo with a huge dunk and puts that one in, takes the lead for Spitfires.
So Rilo said, "This one's for you, homie. I'm gonna get the big body 50 in the net," and puts them, gives them the go ahead goal in this one. If they can just hold on for 3 minutes, they'll be on match point.
Yes, they certainly will. And actually, regardless of whichever team wins, moves forward on match point in Game 6 with the advantage. Jesus man with a big save right there on the goal line. North with a good clear. Malo's back. He sends it into his own corner. But Jesus man trying to keep the pressure alive for Spitfires. North in the mid, putting one on Malo. Makes a save there, but unfortunate as it touches Freckly Ginja's car. And yeah, that was unfortunate.
In the words of Cooking Bagels, that is calamity, as the save bounces right into the teammate who had no choice but to fall on top of it, and Spitfire's there to clean it up by 2 with just under half the game to play.
And Vandals, I think, can make this comeback here, but Spitfire's doing a pretty good job of keeping the pressure in their favor. Freckly Ginja gonna get the clear here off the sidewall. Has the 50 with Rilo, gets pinched across to the side. North with the touch, but can't get it in front of the net. North sticking with it. Rilo and North gonna bump into each other, lose control of the ball. Freckly Ginja to put one on. Jesus man and North double commit, but it's not. They're not gonna get punished for it. They are able to get the clear. Jesus man coming off the backboard. Rilo's there. He finds the pass, and what a heater of a shot.
Yeah, Jesus Man is playing a much better game than last game as he gets that ball to pop out middle for Rilo, and Rilo, dominant shooter all series long, 3 goals, 5 shots, just putting on an absolute clinic in this game.
And there is a huge momentum shift in the series here. That tactical timeout seemed to be exactly what the Spitfires needed. And both of these teams have used their timeout at this point. So moving forward into game number 6, it's looking like Spitfires are going to have the advantage at this point, unless Vandals are able to find 3 more goals. We see a little panic come out from them in the defensive zone. Luckily for them, North is not able to get with the ball to make the shot. Jesus man going for the fake there, but Malo makes a big save. Minute left on the clock. Vandals still down by 3. Desperately needing to find a goal soon, but North going to find another big shot. Now the Spitfires are up by 4.
Yeah, North really finally getting into this game as he's had a pretty quiet one compared to his other ones. As I think it looks like he slowed down a bit and let let Jesus Man get comfortable in the rotation. And it seemed to work as they're up by 4 with under 50 seconds left, and as make that up by 5 with 45 seconds left.
Yeah, and they're not slowing down. They're looking for another Brazil here tonight. Jesus man with a big shot from the midfield, just puts it directly over the final defender on Vandals, and just rubbing salt in the wound at this point, as I'm sure the Vandals just need to keep the ball out of their net, let this clock wind down, move forward into the next game, get some new mentality. We see a rule one come out right there, gets broken up as Malo sends it out to the mid, and it was a shot for North, but Jolly Rogers with a big save there. Jolly Rogers with a second touch. His shot's going to go wide. Malo trying to get the dunk. It can't go, and the ball gets cleared out by the Spitfires. Jesus man taking control of the ball and gets it through the defenders, and we have two Brazils in the same series.
Jesus man putting it up 7-1. We get the Brazil, and now the only question is, if you are the Vandals, do you just let them score so that it's 8-1 instead of 7-1?
I don't know. The Vandals might not even care, to be honest with you, or they're going to
Oh,
just
there
get
we
a goal
go.
of their own. There you go. 1 second left. Jolly Rogers with the goal.
And
I,
I mean, it was honestly just an awkward bounce that the defense couldn't touch. As I guarantee you, they were trying to keep the Brazil alive. But 7-2, 1 second left. This one's gonna die off the kickoff. Spitfires take that game and put themselves on match point.
And that was a very, very convincing win from the Spitfires, harkening back to their game one days where they were able to put the spanking down on the Vandals. They did the exact same thing here. Vandals this time don't have a tactical timeout to slow down the Spitfires. So we'll have to see moving into game number 6 what the Vandals are going to do here.
I mean, I don't really know what they can do. They've played great in games 3 and 4. They played terrible game 1 and like okay game 2. They played really good 3 and 4, and then they just played really bad right there. So, if unless they can just completely flip the script, as I think C Money needs party leader from you, Psycho. Unless they can completely flip the script, then I don't see this one going all the way.
Yeah, and unfortunately for the Vandals, they don't, from what we've seen so far in the series, they don't have the ability to just put an immediate stop to the Spitfires. Spitfires, as you pointed out earlier, they started off strong, and then the Vandals got a little bit stronger, and then a little bit stronger, and a little bit stronger. But then the Spitfires right there just absolutely turned things around 180 degrees and completely not just took over the momentum of the series, but dominated the Vandals and took back the original momentum that they had in game number 1. So if Vandals, aren't able to do exactly that, and they have to sort of pump the brakes, they've only got one game to do it in.
Yeah, and honestly, it's kind of like in boxing, when you're just attacking and attacking and attacking. Sometimes you just leave yourself open to a counterpunch, and Spitfires punched them in the mouth, and we'll see how the Vandals respond.
And they have this right here, right now. Game number 6, do or die moment for the Vandals. They either get the win, push us into a game number 7, or the Spitfires shut them down and send them home, securing their spot in the grand finals for next Saturday. North with a touch, sending it into the corner. Freckly Ginja gonna 50 with him. Rilo trying to keep the pressure alive, trying to get it in front of Vandals net. Malo not gonna let him. Malo with the clear. Gets it through Jesus Man in the midfield, but Freckly Ginja can't beat North in the air. Rilo's up. He puts it off the backboard in front of the net. Jesus Man is there. He finds the pass, and the first goal goes to the Spitfires.
Yeah, and they've scored a lot of balls off this, like off the backboard. And Jesus, man, good job reading it, getting in front of that one to send it to the other side of the defender, kind of breaking his ankles there. A great shot and a good start if you're the Spitfires.
It's exactly what you want if you're the Spitfires, and the exact opposite of what you want if you are the Vandals. Now they're having to play from behind and make something happen. Jolly Rogers attempting to get a demo. Jesus Man having to swerve it, but nobody from Vandals there to take the shot on net. Jesus Man pushes it out to the mid. Ginja trying to get a long ball, but he's not able to get it on target. Jolly Rogers with the bump in net. 3 minutes, 35 seconds left on the clock. North putting one off the backboard. Jolly Rogers doesn't let it. It's in front of the net. This is dangerous. The panic comes out, but they're able to clear it to the side. Ginja getting the touch down in the midfield. Jolly Rogers getting a touch of his own, but the shot doesn't go on net. North gonna get the clear. 3 minutes, 11 seconds left on the clock. And still, Squirrel Spitfires up, but only by one. Vandals showing that they're still in this.
Yeah, they're still in it, and they're honestly looking better than last game, keeping it within one, half the game left to go. But let me just point out that North is still having a quiet game, so look for him to pop off at any moment as we are about to reach the halfway point.
Jesus Man looking for a long ball, but it's barely going to miss. Bouncing off of the crossbar. Malo getting the touch to send it to the side. Jolly Rogers keeping that momentum moving forward. Jolly Rogers again in the corner trying to get it out. Malo was there, but he can't get the touch. The ball gets pinch cleared all the way back. Jesus Man finding an awkward pinch, sending it back. Rilo's there to put it on Jolly Rogers to make the stop. In the second half of game number 6, Vandals still down by 1, but this could be an opportunity for him as Rilo's awkward with the ball. Jolly Rogers trying to get the dunk, but it doesn't go. Malo out of his own corner. North putting it back in front of Vandals net. Jesus Man was there, but he can't find it. Back to Rilo, but it gets cleared by Ginja. Ginja to follow underneath. Ginja gets the bump. Rilo puts it in front of the net. Malo can't get up in time, and Jolly Rogers is back, but he gets dunked by Rilo. Freckly Ginja with the defensive play and clears it out. 1:30 left on the clock here, Squirrel. And what are you seeing from Vandals? What major mistakes are they making right now?
Seems like they're just not ready to commit on offense, and part of that is these demos coming out from Spitfires, leaving them just one man short, as it just seems like they're so close yet so far. As this one almost on target to tie it up, but it's, there just seems to always be someone there from the Spitfires to shut down every opportunity the Vandals get.
And you can tell the Spitfires definitely want their spot in the grand finals. We are in the final minute of this game number 6. Spitfires up by 1, looking to close out the series right here, right now, as North almost finds Rilo, and Rilo would have had an empty net to shoot at, but he can't get to the pass. North sending it back to the backboard. This is dangerous. Ginja is able to get the clear, but Rilo blocks the clear and puts it back into the net, securing a 2-goal lead for the Spitfires.
I mean, as soon as that miss came out, you could tell that they were getting a little panicky as Ginja tries to dribble that one out, but just doesn't see the defender. He should have just taken it to the corner or off to the side, but instead chooses right down the middle of the field, and Rilo shuts that down quick. Gives them a 2-goal advantage with 20 seconds left, and we need a miracle if we want to take this one to OT.
Yeah, they certainly do. But if they can just get a goal, we know that the Vandals are able to score off of the kickoffs, but it looks like Jesus Man's not going to let them as he trounces them in the midfield final second. The ball only needs to touch, but even if Vandals are able to score at that point, it wouldn't have mattered. Spitfires securing the win. Congratulations to them. They'll be moving forward to play against Frost in the grand finals on Saturday Night Rocket League here at Nemesis.
Yeah, I said they needed a miracle, but then I realized Jesus was playing for the Spitfires, so the Vandals weren't going to get the miracle there.
True.
Uh, so tough loss for them. They played well. Not a season to be disappointed in. A good season to be had. Hopefully, we see these guys next season. But now Spitfires going on to take on Frost in the grand finals, as that one should be an absolute bloodbath.
Yes, I think it certainly will. And Squirrel, I'd like to thank you for joining me in the booth tonight, but we are still behind on schedule, so we're going to have to take a short break before we get right back into the action. We got two more matches for you here tonight. We're going to try and get this rolling as quickly as possible, but the next match is going to be in the rival league, Lightspeed versus Galaxy. It's going to be a fantastic matchup. Stick around. We'll be right back.